Newsflash, thousands of Kiwi kids would like to spend less time at school. Over 6,000 young'uns have signed a petition saying the mountain loads of homework takes a toll on their health. But before you roll your eyes and say,
well, duh.
The 4-day school week's been tried in Poland, Australia, France, and more than 1,600 schools in the US, where there's a nationwide teacher shortage.
We're adding 35 minutes onto the day, so the instructional minutes will be almost exactly the same. The number of teacher applications that we've received have gone up more than fourfold.
A US study from 2021 shows it's been a big hit with parents and students, but the trade-off shows up in their learning.
On average, we see some small to medium negative effects on student test scores.
Here in Aotearoa, the Ministry of Education says even if there's a mood for change, it's already set the amount of days schools must operate for next year. So will the kids get what they want, or is it just an impossible dream?
Well, joining us is Auckland student Sasha Jameson, who wrote an article about this very idea. And Sasha, Chris Hipkins is here. Would you like to pitch the idea of a 4-day week to him?
Well, we need a solution to climate change, we need a solution to getting some more money, we need a solution to the constant tiredness and mental problems of students. We need to get teachers a bit more energised. So let's take a day off the week, let's give students and teachers a bit more time to relax, let's give the environment a break, and let's get it.
And how do you think your teachers would feel about the scheme of a 4-day week?
I mean, I think that they'd love it. I think that as students, we'd love when a teacher can bring some good creative energy and stuff to a class. And I think that, when teachers can be more relaxed, because, I always hear about how much marking and stuff that they've got to do. And, the teachers have a life as well. And so, yeah, giving them a bit more time to, rest, to have time when they don't have to get up in the morning and, get ready, come to school and teach classes of crazy kids all day, then that would mean that they can be more switched on and they can actually enjoy their job a bit more as well.
How do you think parents would find having a 4-day week? Do you think all parents would be able to make that work?
I think that it could be tricky. So that's what, when I was researching this, I was thinking, oh yeah, but parents will have to find babysitters, it's going to be really difficult. But when I actually did some research into it, for the schools that had adopted a 4-day week, the parents were actually really in favour of it. And I think that it would work best when, and I'm sure for our adult listeners out there, that a 4-day week would very much be something that you'd enjoy. And so, if that can be something that's adopted by both workplaces and school, then that would work really nicely. But I could absolutely see that it could be tricky for some parents.
Hey Sasha, what are you going to do when you leave school?
I've been thinking about doing veterinary, so going to Palmerston North and studying there. But then I've got to think about the whole, am I going to make enough money doing that? It's a big debt kind of thing. So yeah, I'm not entirely decided, but that's where I am leaning at the minute. Yeah.
Well, if you can get all the schools and all the businesses to move to a 4-day work week, I might vote for you as Prime Minister, to be honest.
Oh, righto. Well, there's my next profession. All set.
Awesome. Sasha, thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Kia ora, welcome to Project Monday Night. Look, Labour leader Chris Hipkins is here. Thanks for joining us on the show. We've had all the different leaders of the political parties on with us. You're the final one, and starting with some pretty fresh ideas there. What do you reckon?
I think we should just hand over to Sasha right now. Christopher Luxon and I can go home.
Yeah.
On behalf of all parents watching, I'd just like to say no!
That would be the barrier, I imagine.
I've got stuff to do. I can't have kids at home.
We did, schools have tried different hours and stuff like that, but they find it's really hard to coordinate because, of course, if you've got different kids at different schools with different hours and so on, it just becomes a nightmare for parents to be able to juggle all of that. So the old 9 to 3 school day with the same school holidays for every school, actually, from a, just making life easy for parents' perspective, it kind of works.
Chris Hipkins, why are you going to come in here with your practical thoughts and your admin and we just like the vibes of the idea.
I think everyone likes the idea of a 4-day week, but would you actually still cram the same amount of learning into 4 days, or would you actually just end up losing a day of learning?
How many days a week does Parliament run, by the way?
Well, let's not get into that.
How much do you work every day?
I'm very busy, thank you, Jeremy. Looking forward to having you on the show.
Yeah, thank you.